Welcome to Fravel Brewer Orthodontics Field Trips for Your Future. We are so excited to have you here with us today. Let me introduce you to Dr. Brewer and Dr. Fravel.
Hey kids, glad you're here. I'm Dr. Brewer.
Hello, and I'm Dr. Fravel. Welcome to our office.
We have so many fun things planned for you, but first I wanted to ask you a few questions. Dr. Brewer and Dr. Fravel are a special kind of dentist, ones that went to school for an extra few years. Does anyone know what that is called? That's right, it's an orthodontist, and an orthodontist is a specialist. Dr. Fravel, can you tell us a little bit more about what you as an orthodontist can do for the patients versus when they see their dentist?
Thank you, Jacqueline. Yes, an orthodontist specializes in straightening teeth and also making beautiful smiles.
That's right, and part of the beautiful smile journey is first you have to lose some of those baby teeth. That's a key for when you need to come in and see us. Tell us a little bit more about that, Dr. Brewer, when you want to see these kids for their first exam.
Right, Jacqueline. So we want to make sure that the new teeth that you're getting are coming into the right spot. Sometimes they don't have enough room. So we like to see our new patients at around the age of 7 or when they start to lose those baby teeth.
So I have a feeling that some of you might have a wiggly or loose tooth in there and will soon be seeing some of us in this office for your first orthodontic exam. But for today, we have so many fun things planned. We want to talk to you about excellent dental health, how to take care of your teeth, what we look for in an orthodontic office to see if you need treatment, and we have something really fun planned. We want you to get to be an orthodontist, just like Dr. Brewer and Dr. Fravel, but the good news is you don't have to do all the extra school. You just get to go right in today and get started. So we have so many fun things planned and we don't want to delay any longer. Are you guys ready to have fun?
I'm ready to have fun.
We are.
Let's
get started.
Hi kids, come on in. I'd like you to line up right along the table here. And I want to show you, does anybody know what this is? Okay, no, I'm not trying to show it to scare you at all. Okay, a skeleton head? No, not quite. Skull. That's it, it's a skull, exactly. Now, a lot of people show these around Halloween. Have you noticed that? But I've noticed that nobody's really scared. Is anybody scared of this? No? Okay, well, why do you think they show them around Halloween? I really can't figure it out. But anyway, the reason I'm showing you this isn't to scare anyone, but when patients come to see us at the office, we actually take a picture of the skull. We have a machine in the back, and you'll see it in a few minutes. It goes around the skull, takes a picture of the skull and the teeth. Pretty cool, huh? Now this person here is anywhere from 6 to 9 years old. And this person has also lost some baby teeth. Now if you have or haven't, that's okay. Because if you haven't, you will, don't worry. This person's actually lost 8. And if you have, don't tell me how many, because in a little bit I'll be counting how many teeth you might have lost. This person's lost 4 on the top and 4 on the bottom. But look along the sides here. There's 2 rows of teeth. And by the way, this isn't a shark, it's a human. This person has 3 baby teeth on the top, 3 on the bottom, on each side for a total of 12. And then look on the top, there's some teeth up above those baby teeth. So those are permanent teeth that'll come in the future. And that's again on both sides. And then in the back, there's some molars. Now these particular molars come in when you're about 6. And most of you probably have them in or coming in at this point. So you might feel something coming in the back, most likely that's your 6-year molar. And so behind those, look at this, there's 4 more molars. These particular molars come in when you're about 12. So what do you think we might call molars that come in when you're 12? Not quite. That's close, 12-year molars, exactly. Pretty easy when you think about it, right? And believe it or not, in the future, there'll be some more molars forming back here. We call those wisdom teeth. Now for my next question, I'm wondering, is there anybody in here that might have a newborn brother or sister at home? How about you? How old? 4? Little too old there. I'm looking for somebody that might have a newborn brother or sister, anywhere from 1 year or less. Okay, and is that a brother or a sister? Okay. When your sister came home or when you saw your sister in the hospital, did you notice if she had any teeth or just gums? Right, just gums. Believe it or not, when you're born, all you see is gums in the mouth. but believe it or not, there's teeth already forming underneath those gums. I'm going to ask Trina now to show you what ages teeth come in.
Hi kids, I'm Trina, and I'm here to show you, as Dr. Fravel said, the baby teeth, they do not have teeth when they come home from the hospital, but actually they do. They're underneath the gum and they look like little tiny seeds that cut through the gums. So when you see your brother or sister chewing on your finger or theirs and they're drooling, their teeth are cutting through the gums. Here is a lot of you guys. You have all your baby teeth in, and that's okay if you don't have any adult teeth in right now because they will come through. And you'll see right here on this model, your adult teeth are coming through and that makes the baby teeth loose. A lot of you guys are here, and this looks like the x-ray that Dr. Fravel had. You have your adult teeth in the front, baby teeth in the middle, and your 6-year molars are in the back. Now this is your 17-year-old all the way out to your grandparents' age. And if you don't take care of your teeth, you lose your teeth, what happens? Do you think you get any more teeth? No. You lose all your teeth, you have nothing else to eat with, and then you have to eat like a baby. So we don't want to do that, okay? So you guys make sure you eat your healthy foods, brush and floss every day, and make sure you see your dentist.
Thanks for coming to see us in Growth and Development.
And we'll see you at the magic show.
Hi kids, my name is Carol, and today we're going to learn about the anatomy of a tooth. And anatomy means parts of. So there are 4 major parts of the tooth that we're going to go over and talk about today. The first word that we're going to learn is called enamel. The enamel is the part of the tooth that you see every day when you get up and brushing clean. Very important that you keep it very clean so that we don't get any cavities. One really cool thing that I learned about the enamel is it is the second hardest substance in the world. Can anybody tell me what the hardest substance is? It's a diamond. Your mom might have a diamond in a necklace or earrings because it's usually put in jewelry. Just like the enamel on your tooth, if you were to hit a diamond just the right way, you could shatter it. The same way if you don't brush and clean that you could get really bad cavities, and we don't want to have that. So the second part of the tooth that we're going to learn about is called dentin. The dentin is right underneath the enamel, and it has one major job. It determines how each and every tooth is going to look. You'll notice when you're looking in the mirror that you have some teeth that are long and skinny, some have points, and the ones in the back are kind of fat. So that dentin determines how each and every tooth is going to look and what shape it's going to be. Okay, the third word we're going to learn today is called pulp. The pulp is probably the most important part of your tooth. What's really cool about the pulp is just like we have blood that flows through our system every day and helps keep us alive, most people don't realize that your teeth are alive also. In order to be that way, it must have a blood supply. So the pulp is where that blood supply is held. The last part we're going to learn about today is called nerve. The nerves actually talk to us, which is a very important thing because of a lot of the different types of foods that we use and that we eat. Just like our whole skin, we have nerve endings everywhere in our body. The nerves in your teeth usually tell you if you're eating soup, if it's hot or cold. If it's really hot, it's a signal from those nerves talking to your brain that you need to maybe wait for it to cool off. Has anybody here ever had a brain freeze? You know, that is your nerves in your tooth telling the brain that that is way too cold, that ice cream. And the other thing that it does, which is really important, is sometimes if you're not a really good brusher and say you got a really bad cavity, you're either going to be in pain or you're hurting. And those are nerves signaling your brain. And if that happens, you need to make sure you tell your parents right away so they can get you to the dentist. Thank you for coming to our office today, kids. Really enjoyed talking with you and learning about the different parts of the tooth. You want to line up at the door because we're going to take you to your next station.
Hi kids, my name is Karen. Today we're going to demonstrate how we take an x-ray. First things first, we have to put a cape on. Why do you think we do this? Well, we want to prevent any of the scatter radiation. The next thing we do, because we have to put this little piece of plastic on the machine. Why do you think we do that? Well, we don't want to spread germs from one patient to the next patient, so each and every time we have to replace this. We are going to take an x-ray right now on a patient, and why we take this x-ray is so that we can see your entire mouth above and below the gums, so the doctor can determine if you need braces. Thank you, kids, for coming to learn about the x-rays, and we'll see you at your next station.
Hi kids, my name is Amy, and in this station we're going to learn all about the iTero digital scanner. This scanner is super exciting to have in our office because we use it almost every day to scan patients' teeth for certain appliances, such as an expander appliance, which helps you grow. Some of you may have the expander appliance or may have a sibling that does. Also, we use this to scan your teeth for a special appliance called a retainer. Retainers are really exciting because you get them after your braces are off, which is always an exciting time. One of the funnest parts of getting a retainer is that you get to pick whatever fun color that you like. So my favorite color is ocean blue. What would be the color that you pick? I hear pink. Pink is probably my second favorite color behind the ocean blue. So now that you understand why we use it, let's go ahead and show you how we use it. All right guys, so now I'm going to show you how we use the iTero scanner. This is my patient, Shyla. She's ready for treatment. She's ready for an expander appliance. So I'm going to go ahead and scan her teeth now. Good job, Miss Shyla. So as you can see on the screen, Miss Shyla's teeth start to appear. And it's super, super quick and super, super easy. So I'm just going to do a little pass across the front. Just like that. And we're gonna do a little pass across the other side. Relax your cheeks for me, my friend. Thank you. Beautiful. And that's all it takes. And so we're gonna send this image to the lab and they're gonna make Shyla a special appliance. And that's it. All right guys, so that's the iTero scanner. I hope you enjoyed your time and learned a little bit. We'll see you at the next station.
Hi guys, my name is Kristen. In our station, we are going to be an orthodontist. So come on up. I'm going to put some gloves on you and a mask so you look just like a doctor. And then I'm going to give you your mirror so you can go see your patient. All right, come right up. I'm going to put this one on first. Excellent. There we go. All right. You get your mask on. Right over your ears. All right, sir, and here is your mirror, and you can come right in for your patient. All right, hi, my name is Ariel, and this is our doctor. This is Shyla, and today she's gonna be our doctor to look and see what's going on inside Mr. Head's mouth, okay? So you're gonna take your mouth mirror, and you're just gonna kind of look around in there and see what you find.
Found a cavity.
Very good. So she found one cavity so far. We're gonna take a look, and you're gonna look on the bottom this time and see what you find.
Let me look up here.
Good job.
Okay,
Very
now
thorough.
let me look at the bottom.
Good job. Did we find our second one?
Yeah.
We did. So she's found 2 cavities. So that means that Mr. Head needs to brush better. Do you know why he has cavities?
Because he ate too much sugar.
That is right. He ate way too much sugar and didn't brush his teeth. So he has to do a better job of brushing his teeth with and without his braces. All right, thank you so much for being orthodontist for today, Shyla. And we're gonna go ahead and move to our next station.
Hi, I'm Kathy,
Hi, I'm Adriana.
and this is Nutrition, Healthy Foods, and Why They Are Important. As you can see here, we have a food pyramid that shows the different categories of food that you need to have every day. The first category that we're going to talk about is our grains, and we need to have about 6 ounces of grains every day. Grains are things like bread, pasta, and rice. In fact, what did you have for breakfast today? You had cereal? You had toast? Great, so you already started your day with some grains. Let's talk about the next category, which is our vegetables. We need about 2.5 cups a day. What are some of your favorite vegetables? Green beans? Broccoli? Those are mine too. We have some other categories as well, and Miss Adriana will tell you about those.
All right, so the red portion on the pyramid is going to be for fruits. My favorite fruit is mangoes. What's your favorite fruit? Strawberries? I love strawberries too. We should be eating about 1.5 cups of fruits every day. Our next category is going to be the blue category. This is going to be for your dairies, milk, cheese, yogurt, things like that. And then the purple section is going to be for proteins. So this is going to be your meat, your chicken, your fish, your eggs, things like that. We should be getting about 5 ounces of that every day.
And why are all of these foods so important? Well, we like to do a lot of fun things every day. So what is she doing? She's playing soccer, right? And what is this guy doing? He's riding a skateboard. And what about these girls? What are they doing? They're playing baseball, right? Well, what do these kids need to have a lot of in order to have fun and play all day? What do they need? They need a lot of something. That's right, they need energy. And where do they get the energy from? That's right, our food pyramid.
All right, for our next activity, we're going to do a game. So what's going to happen is I'm going to show you an example of food and you will tell me which category it goes in and what color it belongs on the food pyramid. So our first food is going to be bread. Does anybody know which category bread belongs in? Exactly, grains. And what color would grains be? Good job, orange. All right, so how about tuna? Does anybody know where tuna belongs on the food pyramid? Good job. Yes, it's going to be in the protein, which is going to be our purple. How about carrots? That's your favorite vegetable? Well, good thing that you know it's a vegetable. Which color is this going to go in? Green. Good job. All right, how about apples? Does anybody know? Okay, good job. Apples belongs with fruits, which is going to be the red. Good job. All right, last but not least, we have milk. And milk belongs in which category? Exactly, dairy. And dairy belongs in the blue section of the pyramid.
Good job, guys. Now, we did include a fun game that your teachers have for you. It's called Food Bingo. So please make sure you ask them to play that with you. And we hope you enjoy at our station.
Hi, boys and girls. I'm the Tooth Fairy. And today, I'm going to read you a story about where I come from. No one knows where the Tooth Fairy comes from. No one knows for sure. Does she live in the north? Does she live in the south? No one knows for sure. No one knows how the Tooth Fairy goes. Does she go by air? Does she go by sea? No one knows for sure. No one knows when the Tooth Fairy comes. Is it early? Is it late? No one knows for sure. Where do all the teeth go? Is it here? Is it there? No one knows for sure. But one thing is for sure. The Tooth Fairy comes when you're fast asleep. Sometimes she comes for 1. Sometimes she comes for 2. No one sees her come, and no one sees her go. She comes and goes when you are fast asleep, and that we know for sure. So, did anyone learn where I actually come from?
Hey kids, I hope that you've had a great time so far and that you've learned a lot. So first thing I want to do is quiz you a little bit because this is school after all. Okay, let's see. Now I want to ask you, what are some of the ways that you've learned how to take care of your teeth? That's right, brushing. I think somebody probably suggested that out there. Brushing. That's something that you guys all do, I hope. Now, how many times a day do we like to brush our teeth? How many? 2. That's right, we need to do it at least 2 times, okay? Morning and night. Now here's another question for you. What's the most important time to brush? Is it in the morning? Raise your hand if you think it's in the morning. Is it at nighttime? Raise your hand if you think it's at nighttime. All right, well guess what? Nighttime is the most important time to brush your teeth. you need to make sure you get all of those sugar bugs off before you go lie in bed. All right, so make sure that's the last thing you do before you sleep. All right, great. What are some other ways that we take care of our teeth? Flossing. Flossing. Does anybody ever floss? Of course you guys know how to floss, right? Oh, that's not what I'm talking about. Flossing your teeth, of course. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Any other ideas? How do we take care of our teeth? Well, we eat the right foods. Yeah, you guys know that. Vegetables and fruits and proteins and breads, all of those things in right amount of proportions is what's going to make your body strong and your teeth really strong, and that's important. Now, what's another way? Come on, I can think one more. Where do we go once or twice a year to make sure that our teeth don't have any cavities? Yes, the dentist, of course. So we got to make sure that we're getting our teeth checked by a specialist, all right? We got to make sure we're getting x-rays done to see in between the teeth and that we don't have any cavities. So make sure you're going to see your dentist when you're supposed to. All right, well, great. Let's talk a little bit more about that brushing and flossing. I'm going to have my two volunteers come on up. Come on up, guys. I want you to stand right next to each other with shoulders to shoulders. Right. So believe it or not, these kids are not actually kids right now. There are teeth. Don't they look like teeth? Okay, well, maybe not, but we're going to pretend, right? So here we go. We're getting ready to brush them. Of course, we've got to use a big brush for these big teeth. Have you ever seen a brush this big? All right, well, here we go. So let's pretend these are your teeth. We're going to brush them really good. We're going to brush them really good. Got to make sure we get the back a little bit, right? And get the back a little bit. We can even get the sides over here and here. And don't forget the top. Okay, now have we gotten everything? No, we forgot something. Do you know what we forgot? We forgot in between the teeth. That's where our floss comes in. This is some big floss. All right, well, here we go. Right in between the teeth where that toothbrush doesn't reach. We got to rub up and down with this floss. You want to make sure you're going both directions just like that. Now we've got some clean teeth. All right, thanks, guys. Why don't you have a seat for the rest of the show? All right, well, I've got one more surprise for you. We're going to head on down to the farm, Fravel Farms, and we're going to meet a couple of my friends. All right, let's come on down. Hey, guys, come on out. Here they are. All right, everybody, I want to introduce you to Mr. Bronco Buckley and Miss Pig Newton. How's everybody doing? Are you guys doing okay? Wonderful, wonderful. Well, if it's okay with you guys, I'd like to brush and floss your teeth just to show the kids how to do it. Have you been brushing and flossing? Oh, good. All right, well, we'll see, right? We'll see. Miss Pig Newton, we'll start with you. All right, so we're going to get some floss. So usually I want to get a piece of floss about this length, 1.5 feet or so, and we're going to go right in between the back teeth first. Oh, I almost forgot. You got to take out your tongue before you floss. Oh, ow, I hope that didn't hurt. No? Okay, good. All right, good. Make sure you take your tongue out. Here we go, right in between the back teeth, and we're going to get in between all of those back teeth and the front teeth, on top and on bottom. Good, very nice. All right, oh, and then usually you'll want to go ahead and rinse out after you floss. Oh my gosh, Pig Newton, watch out! Don't spit out at everybody. Oh my gosh, she's, lives in a barn. Okay, well, let's make sure, don't forget to put your tongue back in. Thanks, Pig Newton, appreciate that very much. All right. Well, let's move on. Bronco, have you been brushing? Oh, okay, let's check it out. I don't know if you have, but we'll find out. Oh my goodness, horse breath. Wow. Okay, well, let's see. Before we brush, always got to make sure you take your tongue out. Oh, did that hurt? I'm so sorry. Here we go. Let's take a look. Yep, and we're going to make small little circles on the sides, on the top, and in the back. And then in the front as well. So make sure you get all of those little spots when you're brushing, just like that. Good, and you want to do it for 2 full minutes. Great. All right. Oh, you got to rinse out after you're done. Make sure you rinse out. Oh my goodness, stop, these kids. Bronco, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. All right, well, make sure you put your tongue back in. Very good. All right, thank you, friends. I appreciate you letting me show the kids how to brush and floss. We'll see you next time on the farm, okay? All right, bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Very good. All right. Well, we have one more surprise for you before we say goodbye, and it's going to be a little magical.
All right, hey kids, it's the great Fravelini. Hope you guys have had a great time so far. We've enjoyed everything, and what I'd like to do now is talk a little bit about a retainer. As you recall, when you were in the anatomy lesson, we talked a little bit about a retainer, and I'm going to grab one right here. And this is a retainer case, and when we give the patients a retainer, we always ask them to wear it in the beginning pretty much all the time except when they eat and they brush. And when they're not wearing it, when they're eating or brushing, please put it in the retainer case, and then you always know where it is. So as that would be, when you open the retainer case, here's the retainer right inside. Now this happens to be a nice retainer that's like a tiger stripe. So a tiger stripe retainer. And this one fits in the roof of the mouth. Again, we ask the children to wear it all the time except when brushing and eating. And when you don't, you put it in the retainer case. So now what I'd like to do is talk about this young lady that we gave a retainer to. She's about 12 years old, and gave her the instructions, sent her on her way home. One night, she was asked to go to a restaurant with her parents. Of course she went, you know. So she goes on to the restaurant. So she gets to the restaurant, and they have a nice cloth napkin that night because it's a nice restaurant, you know. She sits down, everybody orders. They start to bring the food over, and then she remembers, oh yeah, I've got my retainer in my mouth, and I kind of forgot my retainer case. So kids, what do you think happens when a patient forgets their retainer case? Where do you think they might put that retainer? Well, unfortunately, a lot of them think of the first thing. They don't want to tell their parents they don't have the retainer, so they want to put it, down in that napkin. So that's exactly what she did. She went ahead, she kind of got under the table, folded up that napkin quite a bit, and then she took that retainer out when nobody was looking and put it right down inside of that napkin. She went ahead and had a great meal, dessert, and then they're on their way home, and guess what happens? She remembers, oh my goodness, I forgot my retainer. So, of course, the parents, being great parents, went back to the restaurant and asked about the retainer, and of course, they don't know anything about it. And I've heard stories of parents actually going in the garbage can and even in the dumpster looking for that retainer. But unfortunately, what could she have done a little different? Well, if she had that retainer case, she could have put that retainer in there, right? Because you know what happens when you put a retainer in a napkin? Well, it disappears. It's gone. It's gone. If she would have a retainer case though and put the retainer in the retainer case, guess what? Just like magic. When you open it up, guess what? There's that retainer. And that's the moral to the story. Always put your retainer in your retainer case. Thank you.
We hope you've had fun and learned something today.
Thank you so much for joining us on a field trip for your future.
And we hope to see you soon. Have a great day.